What is up, guys and girls? Hurricane Liz here, and in this video we're going to talk about coronavirus and children's activity books becoming bestsellers, particularly at a time like right now. First of all, what does this mean for us, and what do we have to make sure that we protect ourselves from the future, especially if we've ramped up our business and we're producing more and more of this actual content for people. Now trust me, you don't want to get caught with your pants down in this situation. In other situations, by all means, fellas, get caught with your pants down. So today, I'm going to show you how to look at the numbers from an unbiased perspective and make a plan going forward with how you sell children's activity books and adult coloring books. And I'm not talking about those adult books, you dirty bastards. I know you guys are out there. Give me a thumbs up if you are. However, I'm going to show you that and a whole lot more, including one such brand that's capitalizing on this opportunity right now and making almost $600,000 in a single month selling this stuff. I'm going to get to all that and a heck of a lot more. So if you like the content, make sure you subscribe or you hit that like button. Other than that, let's jump straight in. All right, so we're here on my desktop, and what I want you to note is I Googled Amazon bestsellers in books, and I want you to notice something. This is exactly what I'm talking about. But in the books alone, and I'm talking about the book category alone, nothing else, so it's the most broad overview of books. You're gonna see that number 2 is this Learn to Write book, which I've in the previous videos featured by Crystal Radke, who is just mopping up right now, mopping up like a janitor, right? She's killing it. And if we continue to look down, we're also going to notice that there is a couple other that pop up a little down lower. Here is the Silly Jokes for Kid. I talked about joke books being red hot. And then the Human Body Coloring Activity Book for Kids, as well as Big Kindergarten and Science Experiments. Really, a lot of the actual top 100 is dominated by these Kindle books. Here's Calm the F Down. Prayer Journal, right? Prayer Journal is killing it. Paint by Sticker. And need I say more? I think you guys get the picture that these books are fire right now. So what does that mean? Why am I all excited about this, and what am I trying to explain in this video? Well, I'm trying to explain to you all that despite the fact that these books are crushing it right now, I don't want you to jump into this business headfirst expecting to be the next Crystal Radke and expecting to make the same amount of money that she's making right now. Because if we actually take a look, let's just jump into the adult coloring niche now. So I literally just typed adult coloring book. And if I look and see what it's doing, my favorite tool to figure this out is actually market intelligence. I find they are insanely close to the real actual numbers. And as you can see, if you use anything else, if you use Jungle Scout, let's take a look at Helium 10 and take a look and see how good it is, because Helium 10 does have a free version of the extension. Helium 10, not bad either. So for those of you that cannot get market intelligence, Helium 10 has a free version, and you'll note that they're doing pretty good. Right here, this one says 60K by this brand name Cindy Al-Saruni, not to be confused with Macaroni. Let's see what it says on this actual market intelligence in terms of what the same book by Cindy Macaroni is making. Okay, so here we are, Cindy Macaroni's book, 71,000 on market intelligence. And if we take a look at it on Helium 10, it's about 60,000. So really close. I trust both those more than I trust Jungle Scout. Jungle Scout has some whack ass numbers. So what does this basically mean? Well, right now, between Helium 10 and market intelligence, we're looking between 60 and 70,000. We'll call it in the middle, 65,000 a month for this book. But here's where I want you guys to be careful. Now, there's two ways that you can actually figure out what I'm about to show you, which is we are in the midst of a huge trend, right? Never has this happened before, other than maybe when coloring books first came out in 2015 or 2016. Now, how do we figure that out? Well, the best thing that you can do, the free way of figuring this out, is going over to Google Trends and typing in whatever it is that we're looking at. So let's go look at adult coloring book. So you just Google Trends, just Google that. And what you want to do is pay close attention the past 12 months, what's happening here. You're going to notice that all of a sudden, they were doing pretty good. There's always a peak in December for almost anything that's a gift. So they peaked in December, and now take a look at this huge rise up. And that is because of the fact that people are at home, people are nervous AF, people are freaking the hell out, and they need something to calm themselves down, need something before they take the Xanax. So before they take the Xanny, they are trying to calm themselves the F down by coloring. And apparently it's not working too well because they're buying more books. But take a look at this. If we look at the past 5 years, we can see that there's really no change. So what you want to do is on the settings, pick past 12 months, take a look here and realize that this amount is pretty big. Now we can't really like gauge it. Like here it says we're typically about 50 and right now it's at 100. So you could say that sales have doubled, but there's an actual better way to be able to figure out what sales have done. And again, there is no exact science for this. It's just estimation. But the reason I'm showing you this is because if you've started this business and you're going head first and you're making a huge investment of time and money, be careful because the expected figures that you could do, like the cap, meaning the most that you can make in this niche, is overinflated right now. And this can happen with any product. It can even happen in private label. So take a look at what I'm talking about. This is a tool called Magnet by Helium 10, and all I've basically done is gone to Magnet and enter any keyword. In this case, we're going to stick with adult coloring book, but you can do this for literally any product. This could be for a UV sanitation one. It could be for those sexy toys for women and couples that people keep searching that I'm still kind of confused about. But let's take a look at this. So here are the results. Now, here's what you're going to need to do. Right here where it says search volume, you're going to want to hit this little guy right here. Click on that and notice this actual spike. Now, I've got it selected at 1 year, which is good enough to see what's actually happening. But you're going to notice that right here in December, there was a gigantic spike. We could look at all time. We could look at just 1 year. It's going to be about the same graph, right? And you're going to notice that the search volume in December is from 22 to 130. That's about 6 times the usual search volume. So what that means is that sales are typically 6 times the usual amount of sales during Christmas. However, right now at this very moment, we've got 61,000, which means it's about 3 times the usual amount of sales. So what is this telling us? Well, in some niches, it's 6. In some niches like toilet paper, it's like 10,000 because people are hoarding the hell out of it and who knows what the hell they're doing with it. But I'm sure they've been pretty inventive because it's still out at the stores. So we're looking at about 3x volume. So what does this basically mean? Well, it means that whatever figure these actual tools are telling us, I'm talking about Helium 10, Jungle Scout, Market Intelligence, any tool that you're using to predict sales or to spy on competitor sales is about 3 times the usual amount. So what I'm basically saying to you is do not be fooled right now by any product because this can happen for anything. Let me show you another example. If we put UV light sanitizer and we go get all keywords, you're going to see the same thing happen here. Now, depending on the niche, it's going to be different. So I'm going to click on this actual thing here and look at that. Boom. Usual search volume, 1,000. Now 300,000. It's the same thing with toilet paper. If we look at toilet paper here we are. I'm going to hit this little guy again. And boom, take a look at that. Typical search volume, 385,000, which means it's already a top keyword. But if we look at today's volume, 3.8 million searches a month for toilet paper. That's why toilet paper reigns supreme in this shitstorm that's happening right now. So how do we use this information? Well, again, like I said, you use it in several different ways. What you can use it with is, number one, become a smarter sourcer. Understand that trends like these are always going to happen. You just have to adjust to them. And you have to know that this information is available out there for you so you can make your best estimate as to what the true volume is. And so if we look at toilet paper, we know the true volume is 400,000, and that's usually the average search volume. So any niche, any product that you're going to jump into, make sure you pay close attention to that simple fact. And again, even though I'm actually targeting this video at those KDP people out there, because I think a lot of people that are jumping into KDP are kind of right now so excited that it looks like such a lucrative market. And they think that Crystal Radke and Modern Kid Press are making $600,000 year round. That is not the case. Take that and divide that by 3, and you're going to get the true amount that they're actually really making, which is still some pretty serious money. The other thing that you'll want to pay close attention to and use this information with is that niches will all of a sudden appear out of nowhere, seeming to be good, lucrative niches in the long run. One perfect example that I can give you is when the fidget spinner came out. When the fidget spinner came out, it was like a massive head fake, like Michael Jordan-esque head fake, and people just jumped at the chance. They jumped into the niche, and then guess what happened? It just totally collapsed. So you're going to see what I'm talking about right here. That was probably back, It's still doing pretty good, but the best way to actually look at this one is to take a look at it with Google Trends. So if I show you Google Trends and we look at the past 5 years, you're going to see exactly what I'm talking about, and you're going to be like, holy shit balls, right? Look at this. Fidget spinners was fire. It was out of control. And then all of a sudden people ordered it like crazy. They didn't realize that this was a trend. They couldn't wrap their heads around the fact that it was only going to be a matter of time till we got bored of just spinning something around our finger. As a result, well, those people that gambled and gambled big, they lost. So the whole purpose of this video is right at this moment, do not gamble big. If you're going to do something, just do it gradually, leisurely, and don't put any extra investment into it. Don't put any extra time, because right now we're seeing a trend in these coloring books. And despite the fact that they will always sell, I mean, I colored in books back in, there was almost dinosaurs on the planet when I was coloring. So ever since the existence of cavemen, people have colored, even with I was coloring with sidewalk chalk. We will color until the end of time. So, and there's plenty of time for people to be anxiety ridden. So do not worry, they will still sell. Just don't dedicate too much time, too much money. Same goes for all the FBA products and anything else you want to source on Amazon. So the whole purpose of this was me to just show you that right now trends are overinflated and numbers are overinflated, and these are not the true numbers. And I really wanted you to get a grasp on how to calculate the actual numbers that products are going to sell year-round on Amazon. So hopefully that helps some of you. Other than that, let me know your questions or comments in the actual chat below. I always personally answer them, and I'll see you all in the next video.